final questions to Ambassador Sajjan Har. Sir, my first question. Why is India not declaring Hamas a terrorist organization? And second one is more fundamental. Do you think that existing international organizations, I mean, the way they are working, they're not able to grapple with the changed world order? They are very unrepresentative. We have been trying to, get more representation. India should be the member of UNSC, something very fundamental. So please answer these two questions.
Yeah, thank you very much, Abhinav, for these questions. I think this is India's declaration, identification of Hamas as a terrorist organization. In my view, it is a matter of time. And maybe, the way the churn is taking place, the way the turmoil is taking place, particularly as far as the Arab world is concerned, particularly as far as the Arab street is concerned, the manner in which it has come out. So I think under those circumstances, maybe India does not wish to take this particular decision, this particular plunge. But definitely, I think after the 7th October attacks, India has mentioned these are terrorist attacks, and terrorist attacks are carried out by terrorist organizations. So I think if not de jure, but de facto, we have identified Hamas as a terrorist organization. And as I said, it's a matter of time. Maybe, the government does not consider the time to be opportune at the moment to make this declaration. But I think it will be coming, even if it takes a little time, but it will definitely surely be coming. The second question, you're very right. I think the international organizations are particularly, UN Security Council. It is representative of 1945 out of the end of the Second World War, where the whole, in terms of the numbers, there were just 53 countries that were members of the United Nations at that time. Today, there are more than 190 countries. So, and there has been no change as far as the UN Security Council is concerned, and even as far as the veto of the 5 permanent members is concerned. So I think definitely that needs a change. Today, India is the 5th largest economy. Just yesterday, day before yesterday, what the IMF, and they've been saying it now for the last so many months, that while there is gloom and despondency everywhere in the world, India is a star performer. India is the only bright light as far as, this global economy is concerned. So, India is growing. India is doing well. It's likely to become the 3rd largest economy. And even otherwise, I think what India has shown is that when India grows, then, the countries around it also, it tries to take them along with it. They also grow. It is not, India is not in the business of usurping aggrandizement of power. So I think definitely the international organizations, particularly the United Nations, needs to be made much more representative. And India needs to get its own role. We have this G4 body. It is Japan, Germany, India, Brazil, who sort of deserve representation in at the high table in the UN Security Council. So let's see how that also pans out. I think that is also, in my view, a matter of time, although it might take a little longer than, but there is so much of movement, so much of change that is taking place in the world that I feel that that will also be, slowly, but definitely surely it will happen in the not too distant future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. So now we come to the end of this amazing and very insightful discussion. I would like to thank all the distinguished experts who joined us today and also the participants who registered for this event. One common takeaway which I get, which I conclude from this discussion is that certainly there's a big role, there's a big space for the international organizations to play in this world order, but they have to be more representative and more credible. And when I say credible, when I talk about credibility, I would like to make it very specific that they need to call spade a spade. They need to call Hamas clearly a terrorist organization. And also, sending humanitarian aid to a conflict-ridden state, conflict-ridden situation is an absolutely great idea, but they also need to make sure that that humanitarian aid is not diverted to terror funding. Humanitarian aid is not used for making missiles and bombing civilians. So these are the issues, I guess, which we all need to think about. We had this such a brilliant and amazing discussion. Once again, I would like to thank all of you for joining us today, and we look forward to continue this constructive engagement with all of you. Tomorrow evening, we are going to have a very good discussion on the condition of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Ambassador Dinkar Srivastava, I guess, Ambassador Sajjan must be knowing him. And he has written an excellent book on the conditions of the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, the legal aspects, the terror related aspects, the sociological aspects. The discussion is at 5:30 in the evening. And in case if you would like to attend the discussion, please join us. I can ask Preeti, our senior program coordinator, to send you the meeting link. Thank you very much.